Happy? Good. With Chris Locke.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Happy Good with me, your host, Chris Locke. How's it going? Thanks so much for joining me once again. I appreciate it. This is episode 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Cool. This is where I'm at. I'll open by saying where I've been at lately. I've been a kind of mess, spiritually misaligned. Maybe you could tell from the last few episodes. I've gone up, I've gone down. I haven't been doing a meditation practice for over a month now, so maybe that really has something to do with it. I really do notice the difference, but I'll tell you something. Today, before recording right now, I had a hot, warm bubble bath with Epsom salt, and I got one of those sage infusers doing like a nice, the aroma is called In the Trees, and I put on some meditation music. And I read a chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Do you know what that is? The ancient Hindu text where Krishna is talking to the warrior Arjuna about basically spiritually aligning yourself, getting it together, and realizing that we are all basically everything. We are everything. He's teaching Arjuna how to become a Brahmin. And so I kind of got in the zone more. And because I knew I had to. Because I feel like I've been... Not that anybody checks into Happy Good for like a real spiritual lesson or anything. But I do want you to calm down and feel good. And I do want us to disappear from the constant barrage of insanity that is constantly hammering our heads like our heads are wooden planks, and some giant dunderhead has a fistful of nails that he literally doesn't even have a project to do. He's like, what are you building, a shed? No. We building like a doghouse? No. Building like a fence or something? A fence? No. I just like to put nails in the board and whap, 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 whap until they're like really in there. Like, you know, so the nail head is even below the surface of the wood, and it's been indented, and I feel so strong because I bashed my hammer against the nail. To be honest, this little story that I just created actually makes me want to build something now. But it's like, you know, our heads have been these boards, and giant dunderhead bullies have just been banging news feed nails into our heads without our permission and without any kind of plan. No doghouse, no fence, no shed, nothing. And it's like, enough. So I really like doing this podcast, so we eject out of that and we feel a bit spiritual, if you will. But the main thing is happy and good. And also, I make you laugh because I'm a ding-dong comedian, so whatever. This episode, I was really thinking that the only thing I was thinking of is I really want to start from the place of let's love ourselves from exactly where we are and who we are in this moment. Because I think a lot of the mental mess that I've been feeling for the past month or so does come from I have a constant dialogue in my head that is picking apart everything inside my skull. All these thoughts that ping around like ricocheting bullets or nails from a nail gun in like a metal shed. There you go. We're going to be real. It's all construction today. It is. It's a construction. We're building ourselves back up from all of this insanity and nonsense that's been tearing us down. But I have a cycle of thoughts that constantly ping around and roll around in my head that are negative. They're mean about everything. I'm bald, I'm old, I'm fat, I'm, all this kind of stuff. I have my career. Where's my career right now? It's, there's a pandemic, which I don't like to say on this podcast, but there's a going on. You can't deny it. And, cause it's probably going to be here for a long time, but, and so I got this cycle of negative thoughts, like you're insecure, like, even if you're being insecure, you're making yourself feel guilty for being insecure. Like, why you have to be insecure? I don't know, I'm insecure. And being insecure is bad. Well, being bad makes me insecure. And it's just like this cycle of just like, God, it's like a picture of being stuck in a laundry machine, a dryer, and you're rolling around barfing on yourself. And you're like, this barf's never going to get dry because I actually never stopped spinning in this dryer. Do you understand? And then the person who keeps putting the quarters in and goes, I don't care. Anyways, so we got to love ourselves from the beginning. And I just want to say that off the top before we get into drifting away and feeling nice. Because it is one of the hardest things to do, is accept you for exactly who you are all the time in the moment. And just take deep breaths and accept it like, I am one with these cozy sweatpants. I am one with this cozy sweatshirt that I pulled over me. Just like, forget it. Just melt away. I mean, that's it. So let's get going. I'll just say this. You are a lovely person. Everything about you, everything around you, inside you, in and out. Maybe the flaws aren't flaws. Why are they flaws if they're there, It's just the way nature goes. Nature is savage. It's wild. It's a beast. It's chaos, and to break it down and qualify things and catalog things and say, this is good, this is evil, this is right, this is wrong, this is a flaw, this is perfect. It's just insanity inducing, because it's just a cosmic wave of nonsense and absurdity. So, you gotta let it go sometimes. It's kind of like a wavy pool of goo. Like, what are you supposed to say? How are you supposed to qualify each wave and drip of goo that sloshes around? It's all goo at the end of the day. And I feel like Alan Watts said something about goo, but I don't think it's in the same context. But anyways, don't mean to be ripping off some guy. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Okay, we'll get on with it. I just wanted to start from there because I've definitely been in a place personally lately where I've been beating myself up a lot and going up and down in my head about, should I even do a podcast? Should I even do comedy anymore? And it doesn't matter. What is anything? Just do what you feel like in the moment and be free. And I feel like that's what a lot of happy good episodes have been about, especially lately, where it's like, no, I'm going to take you here, I'm going to take you there. And if you guys appreciate that, well, I love you very much and appreciate you, because it means a lot for me to say this stuff and get it out there. All right, now we're going to move on. I don't know. That was a little preamble, but I hope you can identify it with it. And, I hope you're feeling good. Like, honestly, like, me, I just want to, like, eat pizza on the couch and watch something from the Criterion channel, stream it. Or even something, whatever, from Netflix and be like, this sucks, but then it's, like, funny. You know what I mean? I want like the hottest pizza. I want like hot peppers and chicken on a pizza. Like, I want a weird one. Or I want like a chicken vindaloo roti. Do you know what I'm talking about? With the wrap, like sort of like dosa style wrap, or just like the powdery. Oh yeah, and all the you cut into it, and then all the fillings pours out like molten lava from a broken crevice on the side of the volcano, like and just like. But it's not molten hot lava. It's molten hot spices and curries and all kinds of delicious flavors. Oh, goodness. I can't even talk about this stuff. Samosas, chutney dip, tamarind. Oh, you name it. Flavors. Let's get into Flavor City. Let's take a few deep breaths, and we'll get ourselves really, calmed down now and centered. And, I don't know. If you could relate to some of the stuff I was saying, write me at Happy Good World on Twitter or Instagram. I don't know. I'm a real communicative guy. I'll talk to you. Yes, join the Patreon. Send me messages there. I talk to people on Patreon too. It's fun. I love it. So here we go. We're going to do 3 deep breaths. And I'm going to count down from 3, and we'll do a deep inhale through the nose and then out through the mouth. And any of those negative thoughts aimed towards yourself, a lot of the times we exhale and we're blowing out like all these jerks and nonsense and business bobbleheads and all these dingbats and scurvy pirates. We blow them out and we blow them against the wall, or spit into the spittoon or into graves. I don't know. But this time, that's it. Let's think of we got this 6-foot deep grave that we dug in the middle of the woods, and all of these negative thoughts about ourselves that keep cycling around, driving us nuts. When we exhale, we're going to blow them out into that grave in the deep, dark woods. And then it's you stay there, all right? Because I'm going to go be happy for a bit and be free over here. I'll just be over here being happy and free. So here we go. Inhale through the nose. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Expand your lungs out. Let it go. Yeah. Get lost. Right? Get lost. Let's do another inhale through the nose. Ready? And exhale. Yeah. Negative thoughts, get lost. I'm the boss, get lost. Another inhale. Last one, hold it. Expand your lungs out wide. Oh, yeah. Exhale. And we are back in the zone in. We love ourselves, and we float this way and that. Nothing underneath us. Are we high above the sky, or are we close to the ground? We don't know because we're not paying attention. We're just feeling the sensation of floating. You can feel the tingling in your butt cheeks. I don't know how far I am in height compared to where the ground is, and it doesn't matter. And your shoulders are slooping down, and your back is down, and your heels of your feet are down, and just kind of floating around free. And there's a nice breeze blowing over you. Yeah, you can feel your long, crazy long hair blowing in the breeze. It's so long. It's longer than how tall you are. You have the longest hair. A long, huge, glam metal, frizzy hair that goes longer than how the troll doll's hair goes up. It goes longer than that. It's double your body. In fact, it's blowing in a direction, and your body is being pulled in the direction of your long flowing hair. It's the reverse of I forget the name of it, but the back of a woman's wedding dress that has to be carried while she... I'm just going to make up a name for it. It's called the Trice. You know what I'm talking about? The trice. Every wedding dress has a long, flowing trice that a bunch of children carry, and they go, where are we? What is this? I don't understand rituals. I just want to play with my water gun in the mud. Carry the trice, Tony. Why can't I play with my water gun in the mud? Because your Aunt Sylvia is getting married. Carry the trice. But it's not the trice. No offense if there's a culture that has the word trice as something offensive in your culture. I don't know. What is it? The travel-offs. The travel-off. The travel-off of the wedding dress. The trough. Carry the trough, Tony. This is boring. I'll show you boring. What does that mean? I'll put you in solitary confinement in a prison I've been building in an old scrapyard. I've been building a prison out of old car doors. I'll put you in there, little Tony. Then you'll see what boring is. Solitary confinement. No windows. Damn. My mom is harsh tokes, bro. Tony! Carry the trough. Carry the trellis. Tricephalus. Do. So anyways, your long hair is flowing in one direction and your eyes are closed. You're not even like caring, you know? And you can feel that your long hair is pulling you in some direction. And it's almost like your feet, the heels of your feet, are creating a wake in the air behind you, like how a motorboat creates a wake. And then connected to your toes are two long ropes connected to a handle. I forget what the name is. I'm making up names for everything today. But what is it? Two little squirrels are water skiing in the wake, the air wake behind your toes, which are creating the air wake as you are being dragged forward by your own hair. Now, does this sound kind of scary? Are you picturing like hair from the lady from The Ring or something? I don't mean it to be scary. And what's with that horror movies? They always have long hair whipping around and weird camera movements like, yeah, I'm a ghost with long wet hair. Everyone's like, do you want a towel? Before you haunt me, can I offer you a towel? Or conditioner. Your hair looks dead dry. Halloween is around the corner. So, anyways, do you find it relaxing to be in this sort of air floating? I'm picturing you're in like a valley, and there's long green fresh grass below you. Remember, but you're not on the ground. Let's give you a little estimate so you can imagine it better. You're about 6 feet off the ground. Just the opposite amount of depth of the grave we dug in the forest where we spit out all our negative, self-criticizing thoughts. You're not 6 feet deep like a body in a grave. You're 6 feet above the ground, floating. Perpendicular. And your hair is pulling you. It's like a force. You have long flowing hair. And your feet are creating an air wake like that of a motorboat. And you've got the toe lines. I think it's called the toe lines or something. I don't know. Gosh, I haven't water skied in years. But there's two little squirrels water skiing a tow rope. They're holding onto the tow ropes that are actually connected to your right and left toes. And if there's anyone listening that doesn't have a right or left toe for some reason, you had a lawnmower accident, or you were in World War II and a bayonet the bayonet fell off your rifle and just landed in your own damn toe. And you're like, what the hell? I don't know if bayonets, they might be more World War I. I don't care because I hate war. So I'm not going to sit around reading books about World War II touching myself because I love war so damn much. I'll tell you something. War sucks and I hate it. So if you don't have a toe, right or left foot, I apologize. I didn't know. But this little thing, so you know what? If you're missing a big toe, the water skiing squirrel's toe line is connected to another toe. And if you're missing all toes and your foot is just kind of like a nub, that's totally fine as well. I'm sorry if that happened that way. But the rope is attached to something. I just don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I want everybody to feel like two squirrels are water skiing behind. You know what? And now I'm like, well, some people don't even have legs. So whatever. Whatever the tow rope can attach to, it's good. If you're a person like me and you have two legs, a right and a left one, and all feet and toes are intact, and yes, I know I'm very privileged and lucky to have two long legs and with feet and toes attached. I thank the Lord of the universe every day. Then the tow rope, yeah, the line is tied around your right and left big toe. But if you've got a situation down there, tie the rope up to whatever you feel fit. And where the rope fits. Pun intended. It's so nice being a weird, floating, meditating motorboat that also benefits nature. You're giving these squirrels a ride around town, and they're loving it. They're waving at every animal, like almost like Snow White style animals are like stopping, like record skip, like they're like, what? Like raccoons and little birds, like name the birds, sparrows and little twerpies. They're all stopping and going like, huh? A deer? And you're like, are you Bambi? And the deer's like, no, I'm not Bambi. Does this sound like Bambi's voice? I'm Arnold. Okay, whatever. All kinds of animals. Skunks. And the skunks are like, we stink, but you love us. Little mice, are like, how are they? I want to go. What do I put a loonie down? Like, oh, you don't. If you're not Canadian, you don't know. Do I put a $1 bill down? Do I put 50 cents? No, do I put 4 quarters down? I couldn't even remember how to make $1 out of change. Do I put 4 quarters down somewhere? Or how do I get the next ride on this super relaxed person's air wake skiing journey? And you pull in, it's over anyways, and the 2 little squirrels go skidding off of the air wake, and they take their tow lines with them, and then they do this sort of somersault out of the air back into the bushes, and they scurry up the trees, and they're back on branches looking at you again. And now your hair is pulling you up a mountain, and your eyes are still closed, and you're relaxed, and your hands are folded on your stomach, and the hair is pulling you up, 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 all the way through different thicks of trees and around boulders and cliffs and all kinds of little areas of the mountain. You're going up, up, up. And finally, it's not a huge, I'm not talking like ice cap mountain here. We're talking like a nice big kind of mountain that you would see in like a provincial park or something. That sounds Canadian. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Nice big mountain. I don't know why I try to keep it international all the time when I'm qualifying what I say. This is unabashedly a Canadian podcast, all right? You're listening to a Canadian comedian named Chris Locke. That's who's guiding your meditation. I should just own it. We are in Canada. I am in Canada. When you listen to this, know that you are listening to a Canadian comedian who consciously made the choice to not go to LA and try and get famous like everybody else did. And then I was kind of always hemming and hawing about it. And then I had 2 babies and I got married. Well, I had married first and I got 2 babies. Then the pandemic hit and all kinds of other insanity hit in the US. And I gotta say, I'm still cozy as a snuggie bug in the rug, right? Here in Canada. So what are you talking about? It's good to be here. This is Canada. This is Canada, and we have probably some mountains in a provincial park somewhere. Can I be honest with you guys? This episode's almost over, and I've really enjoyed talking to you. But a lot of the times, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but a lot of the times when I am picturing nature and the outdoors and the woods, I'm actually picturing the background cartoons, drawings of Jellystone Park, where Yogi Bear and Boo Boo have their adventures with the ranger. You know, I actually think that I must have seen vintage reruns of Yogi Bear when I was a little child, and I think I was like, that's the perfect environment for me. And I kind of relate to Yogi Bear too. I just want to like wear no pants, wear a cool hat. I don't really care about the collar or tie, to be honest, but I would like to be naked with a cool sort of like, not pork pie, but like a turned up fishing hat kind of thing on my head, and then walk around the park and just snatch people's picnic baskets and eat like huge meals wherever the hell I want, like on top of a mountain in a provincial park, or behind trees, or by a river. Like, this is my ideal life. See, I'm not even making the food, I'm not buying the food, I'm snatching it from picnic baskets. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm a grown family man, and the world is in a strange place, and people are like, what do you think you're going to do next? And it's like, well, I would actually love to just be Yogi Bear. What do you want from me? I have no idea. I want Yogi Bear's life. How does that happen? How do I make that happen? I gotta wrap this up, but this is the first time I've been really honest about this. My whole desires are to have Yogi Bear's life. That's the prime desire. And I don't know if, reading the Bhagavad Gita or meditating, I don't know if it will get me there. So far, I'm about halfway into the Bhagavad Gita. I don't know if you guys have read that spiritual book that I mentioned at the beginning, but Krishna mentions nothing about just being like Yogi Bear. So I don't know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. I just want you to know that your beautiful, long, giant, crazy, extremely long locks of hair have taken you all the way up to the top of a mountain in a provincial Canadian park. And they have placed you down, and you're sitting on the top. It's a rounded peak, so don't picture anything crazy. It's not hurting your butt. You just fit right, and it's just comfortable. It's grass, and it's soft dirt, and you made it. And your long, long hair drapes down and envelops itself, wraps itself around the whole of the entire mountain. And so it looks like you are just this tiny, 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 tiny little person sitting amongst a giant pile of long, finely combed hair that's in a cone shape. And everybody else in the park, all the animals that were watching you before float that way, and all these new people that are coming in the park to experience it, look up and they see you, and you get to say clearly and confidently, with no second guessing and with no insecurity, no low self-esteem, you go, I am the mountain. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And everybody claps and applauses and goes, oh yeah, I am the mountain. That's amazing. And they're very happy for you. And you are happy for them too. Because now they understand what it's like to be as free as a hair mountain. I gotta wrap it up. Thanks so much for tuning in. Follow Happy Good World at Happy Good World on Twitter, at Happy Good World on Instagram, and at Happy Good World on Patreon. If you want to subscribe, $5 a month gets you regular interviews with interesting people that are just me hanging out with people that are really funny and creative and interesting. $10 gets you a bonus monthly nighty-night episode, which is a sleep aid that I make. And I think it's $25 or $20, one of those. Gets you fresh gear, Happy Good World, like Happy Good gear that I'm making that I haven't got out there yet, but I'm going to send it to you. Okay? So thanks so much. Go on iTunes, rate it, review it. Pass it on. If you love this podcast, please pass it on. I need all the love and support that you're giving me, and it helps a lot. So I appreciate it. Thanks so much for checking it out. Go outside now. You're a floating hair mountain master, and touch a tree and love life and love yourself and stay free. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.